Alright guys, welcome back to the pod. This recording is going to be a bit about yesterday because I didn't post. I didn't think I was gonna post, honestly, but I figure I'm driving, got about 25 minutes till I'm getting down to Long Beach, so I decided why not work on a post now. I'm headed to a drag show right now. Yesterday was, I don't know. I enjoyed talking to one of my close friends. I really hope I'm not bothering him. It's like, we'll stay on the phone for hours, but I'm like, I hope that's what he wants. Like, I hope I'm not like over like keeping somebody, but I feel like, he's able to be like, if he doesn't want to talk, we don't talk or whatever, like, so I don't, or if he's got to go, then he'll say something, I think. So, I don't know. I gotta ask, because it just seems like, I don't know, like, he's not busy, so I'm like, okay, cool, but I don't know. I try to be at least somewhat aware, like, but no, I mean, he doesn't say anything. It's like engaging conversation on both ends. I enjoy talking to him, but I hope it goes both ways. I don't really know what to say. But yeah, I was talking to my friend for like 2-3 hours yesterday, like for until dinner pretty much. Was it till dinner? I don't know if I like fully remember if it was till dinner or not. But I guess it was. I guess I ate after we talked. But anyways, like, it was a good time. Like, I had a good time talking, a good time with the chat. We always get along good, so I don't like worry about that kind of stuff. But we were having fun, and I was, I guess, to start at the beginning of the day, I had that job interview, and I mean, got offered the position, but basically it's not a good fit, so then I declined. Like, I feel like they tried to pull like a bait and switch kind of situation. Like, basically they want someone to work, can't explain what the job role actually is initially until a person gets licensed to do the work. It's sales, but they want someone licensed to do it, meaning that you have to get licensed. So initially they had mentioned that it's paid training, and the way they word it is like they pay for it, but that's not actually the case. It's paid training, but you figure it out on your own and pay for it. It's like $700, and it takes a lot of people 2 months on average, but it might actually take more, and you're expected to work a lot. It's more than 8-hour shifts. The shifts seem to be 10 to 12 hours, and no pay. And after doing the math on what they even stated commissions would be, I kind of gave an example of like, okay, if this sale went down in this way, and it was this item, this product at this price, what would be my commission? And they mentioned the number, and I was taking my time, and I did the math, and I was like, I have the paper next to me, notes and everything, and I was like, that's 20%, that's not 50%, and they were were kind of like, oh, like, you know a lot kind of thing. And like the questions I was asking, I was like, is there like a base pay on target earnings? Like, you know, and you know, the way they were describing it is like, it's not, there's no hourly wage and there's no on target earning wage. So it's like, okay, like you only get paid by sale. You don't get paid for meeting any of your productivity marks. And so I'm not interested in that. And especially if it's productivity, if it's only commissions and it's not, you know, how do I say this? If it doesn't seem worth it, basically, to be working, you know, 2 months with no pay. That's a long time and more than 8 hours. And they weren't even able to really describe the job. And they were kind of like, we can start Monday. And I'm like, okay, well, cool. Start Monday. Which I'm not going to be doing. I'm not going to work for them. But, you know, initially it was like, okay, cool. Start Monday. Like, so what will I be doing Monday? You know, and because I'm like, well, if I'm not getting paid, like, what am I doing? How do I log in? This is all remote work. So what am I doing? You know, like, am I training? Is there like a link? Is there a website? Like, what the heck? You know? And they were not helpful. I was just so surprised that they were just not helpful. Like, they were just not, they weren't helpful. They weren't, they seemed to be like trying to hide stuff, you know, and like, it was shady. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, what is this? Like, I don't mind jobs that are like commission only. Like, I'm not gonna do one, but it's like, if I can't even get the commission until after I'm licensed, and so I'm like, well, what am I doing? If I can't legally do sales, then what will I be doing for work? You know what I mean? And, you know, I think they didn't expect me to kind of know, maybe like what to say, or, they didn't expect me to really like know the right questions to ask, or expect me to kind of have an understanding because of how they described everything. And I'm like, man, if I hadn't taken that class, the way they weren't using words like commission only and things like that. Like, they were wording it in a way that made it seem like you're going to get paid for your work. But the more I started asking questions and looking at reviews, and people were like, oh, you know, I worked like 12-hour shifts, 10 to 12-hour shifts for 2 months for this company and didn't even get paid. And there were like 4.5K reviews on Glassdoor. And I went 2 pages in. I don't know how many people were on each page, but I went 2 pages in. And most of the reviews were bad, and the ones that were good, they never really had like detailed information. So I kind of think that the ones that were good weren't accurate. It seemed like, you know, I don't know, like, a lot of us these days, we're pretty savvy to, most of us are pretty savvy to, you know, situations where people are trying to lie. And I kind of had a hunch in the beginning when, you know, they had the company name, and then the person who called me left a voicemail saying that they were from, you know, a company that had a different name. And then not only that, but the next, you know, I left the voicemail because we didn't get in touch. Thankfully, we didn't get in touch because I got to hear their outgoing message. I think I talked about this, that their outgoing message stated, like, my name is blah, blah, blah. I'm from XYZ company. And XYZ company wasn't the same as the name of the company that I had talked to initially, or that she initially had said she was from. And so I was like, I don't know what to do with this, you know, like, but I'm like, whatever, I got the interview, so let's just go with it. Like, and if it was commission based and working for 2 months, 8-hour shifts, commission only, and I was actually able to potentially get the commissions and legally do the job that leads to commissions, I might consider it, because I'm like, well, might as well give it a week or two, or a week, and that would be worth it for me, like, because it's like, if you make any progress, then good, and then like I could still be applying to other jobs. So I was like, I'm willing to kind of do it, but I'm like, it's really a waste if I'm not even, I'd rather even get like $10 to $15, like an hourly wage, low hourly wage. Like, I've seen jobs that pay like $14 an hour, but then like there's opportunity for commission. Obviously you're like banking on getting the commissions. So I was like, man, like, this company sucks. So, and then, me and my friend mostly, we caught up about a lot of personal stuff, as well as like just updates. And then, we kind of talk a lot about like crypto and, finance and all kinds of topics. But yeah, it was enjoyable. Like, I was like, I had a good time talking. That was probably the highlight of my day, was like talking to my friend and like texting my friends. And we're getting ready for the women's is it Women's World Cup? I don't remember what soccer, women's soccer, I guess next month. And so jeez, these roads are rough. So I'm getting ready for kind of what's going to be going on. I've been, having a pretty okay time with some buddies. But yeah, yesterday was pretty chill. Like I wasn't too disappointed, because I kind of did have like an inkling that like this was kind of weird. Like, I think I mentioned it before that I was like, this seems a little weird. You know what I mean? I hope I'm not getting a flat tire with all these stupid bumps, man. I hate these roads. I'm gonna move to a smoother lane, man. Yeah, I was a little bit like, yeah, it still kind of took a lot of my energy, even though like I wasn't like too disappointed. And I've noticed lately that, I'm kind of feeling okay, kind of feeling a little bit better. Like, my energy's still kind of low, but I wouldn't really say that I feel like depressed, if that makes sense. Like, mood wise, I feel alright. It's just energy wise, my energy's pretty low. Man, this car is like terrible shocks. But yeah, so we were just kind of, like I ordered some groceries with my mom, got us some McDonald's. I think that was like earlier in the day, because that's what I had for lunch. And yeah, we ordered our groceries and everything. And yeah, my mom's doing well, I guess, like, I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like I should ask my parents more questions, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, they're capable of talking about their own lives if that's what they want to do. And if they don't want to, then they don't have to. But I'm kind of, trying to get back to my life, live my life the way that I want to live my life. It's not that I don't enjoy being around my family at all, or that I don't like them or anything. It's just that, I'm more social than they are. I like to have guests. If I go out on dates, I like to invite people over, like, play video games, have friends, that I talk to that can come over, and just have my privacy in my own space. I feel like living with them, it's kind of like, that's not really the case. Like, they're nice, and like, kind of, I mean, they give me more space than a lot of parents might, but it's like little things that I'm kind of like, okay, like, I don't really want to be like talking on the phone in front of them and stuff. And like, even things as simple as like podcasting is a little bit like, okay, like, you know, I don't really want them involved in the topics that I'm always speaking on, and I don't really like to involve them in my day-to-day. I kind of like some space, and I feel like they get that. Like, they're not like completely like oblivious. Like, my family's not like too big into like oversharing or being like too involved with one another. Like, we're pretty you know, everyone kind of keeps to themselves. Like, I kind of talk to my sister. I'm pretty open with her, I'd say. Like, for the most part, like, she knows I drink, she knows I like cannabis. I don't know if she knows I like shrooms, she probably does, but I don't remember if I told her or not. And like, you know, as far as like pride festivals and that kind of stuff, and like, you know, I kind of talked to her about it a little bit, and like, we kind of, you know, like, I don't know, we get along. Like, me and my siblings, the three of us all get along. Like, it's, you know, we're not like overly involved, but we kind of like, hey, what's up, you know, like email, text, you know, call each other on occasion. Like, me and my sister might talk on the phone when it's just more convenient. But yeah, like, I mostly just wait till I see them, and yeah, I mostly just wait till I see them. And so, you know, but yeah, like, we get along. Like, it's not like any kind of like big, you know, negative issue. But yeah, I've been mostly trying to just figure out my job situation, figure out, you know, my own goals in life. I kind of came up with this thought, like, I guess I'll talk a little bit about today, a little bit, because I didn't do anything today so far. I rested, just been chilling. Like I said, I'm headed to a drag show right now. I'm on the road, but otherwise just been like keeping it easy. Like, I knew I was going to be up late tonight, and so, you know, I had some coffee around 5. Had brunch. I didn't really have an early breakfast at 8. I had brunch around 10. I woke up feeling okay. Like, just kind of like pretty mellow. But I did have a little bit of an edible around breakfast or brunch or whatever time, like around 10. And then started getting a little nodding out around like 4. But I did have lunch around like 2:30. And was watching stuff most of the day, just kind of lounging, watching stuff online with some friends, trying to play like Magic the Gathering a little bit. And I didn't really want to get up to too much because I was like, I'm gonna go out tonight, and like, I'll probably only be out till like 9 or 10, but still, you know, I'll probably be home at like 10:30 or so, maybe 11. And that's late for me, so I was like, I don't really know. But yeah, I'm, you know, like, just trying to take it easy, hang with my available friends, you know, keep things, pretty mellow, pretty like, just not trying to get too like overly, I don't know, just trying to have fun, you know. But yeah, today's kind of a weird day. Like, I woke up and I was like, I kind of want to do something creative, you know, but then I started to feel like, I don't know, you know, maybe not, you know. I started to feel like I don't really want to, like, I don't know, like, I was kind of just like, I don't really want to be, I don't know, like, there's nothing that I particularly wanted to really do today, but yeah, I kind of had a thought cross my mind about, what, kind of what drives me, what I'm interested in, what I'm kind of like, like, creativity wise, I've been feeling like a little bit, unable to really be as creative as I feel like I would like to be. It's you know, like, it's one of those things. It's like, I'm not. I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm on the verge. I feel like I'm kind of like on the verge of being inspired, but I'm kind of not inspired, not like fully inspired. But I was watching some content today. It was some queer content, some Ashley Gavin's content. I think last night I was watching some of Maddie Wiener's content, and just some content in general that I kind of have in queue that I haven't finished watching or even started watching. But yeah, just kind of like trying to get some inspiration, and it was helpful to hear some people talking about like, just all the things that they were kind of talking about, like, just people kind of talking about their crafts, their creativity, and yeah, like, I kind of was like kind of in left. I have no idea where I'm going, guys. Okay. Alright. So yeah. But that's kind of just how I was feeling. And yeah. So I'm here. And I need to contact my friend. But with that, thanks for listening.